market just chopping around, consolidating above the 21 EMA. No trade really to take. It did create a lower high, which I like. Being here short. Waiting for some news, waiting for Trump to say something. Waiting for the White House press briefing, waiting for the FOMC news at 2. Waiting, being patient. Being patient. Not liking how choppy it is. It's very low volatility. I'm just gonna be patient, wait. Patient, wait. Stepping down might create a lower low, test that 200 SMA. Now it's just consolidating. Consolidating around the 21 EMA. Yes, tapping the VWAP. If it rejects it, goes to the 200 SMA. And Q's closing in only 200 SMA. Yes, at the 200 SMA. You at it. It broke through the 50% fib. See if it can retake it. I'm alright, Stella. How are you? Are you trading? Are you making money? Are you banking? Are you just watching? Are you losing money? Or, as I like to call it, learning lessons. Thank you for the follow, Stella. Not that great of a stream, profitability wise, green wise, but it's real. And there's an upside, there's a downside. Win, you lose, and today is losing, definitely. Getting close to this trend line, we're getting close to this resistance at the tops. Kind of waiting for Trump to talk, waiting for the FOMC news, waiting for the US interest rate decision at 2 p.m. Trump House, White House briefing. Still waiting for that, even though it was scheduled at 1. FOMC press conference with Jerome Powell at 2:30, waiting for that. Still some trades to come, just waiting. We got a bounce off the 38% fib. It's now testing the 200 SMA again. Down about 80 points from the top. Could have a push up. Impatient. Would have normally got in on this break knowing there's resistance at these tops, but I'm a little more hesitant today. 2 losing trades, 1 blown account. A little more hesitant, which is not great for trading. I'm just sitting back waiting for the right opportunity, which this was. This is a 10-point bounce, not a lot, but it's definitely the right one. At least for me, would be the right setup, knowing that it'll probably have a bounce off the trend line too if it respects it. Worst case, going back into this consolidation zone. It's around 50 points you'd have to average into. Silver and gold are down a little bit. Gold, silver at $15, so doubled since then. Gold at like 2018. Slowed down today. Market's bouncing a little bit. think you might have found the bottom off that 38% fib. Q is bouncing off the 200 SMA. See if we can get that at 21 EMA retest. Not my trade environment right now. You get this volatility back in the market, get fast moving candles. This is really just should not be trading those. Stop trading at around 11. Just chop, 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 chop. Drop, got in on the drop. I love this, but mismanaged it unfortunately and blew an account. Chop, 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 chop. Went up, but it's so slow. So slow. Like this is gonna take another leg low, or maybe bounce all this trend line, or go to this 23% on the fib. Staying patient. And Q just consolidating around the 200 SMA. NQ 5-minute looks like it created a higher low. Testing the 21 EMA right now on the 5-minute. NQ overtook the 200-day SMA, now retesting the 21 EMA on the 1-minute, 2-minute chart. Waiting for news at 2, waiting for news at 2:30. Just waiting. Slow moving right now. I'm just gonna wait until the news kicks in. If it gets overextended, really could have started long. Stay patient. Wait for the setup. Execute. Keep testing this 21 EMA above it on the 5-minute. Have a couple legs. They want to go up a little bit. Whoa, big dip down, big dip down. News, what's the news? Trump's talking, not letting go for so many tariff exemptions. I don't know on tariff exemptions. We will look at exemptions. I don't know. Not open to pulling back 145 tariffs. Market's about to tank. Getting short. Start short. Only with one micro, it may bounce up. I'm gonna start short. Get some risk. No to potential for pulling back. Tariffs on China. That's pretty bearish. I'm gonna put another one in. Waiting to take it. Taking one. Taking the other. May have a little, I mean, this should tank a lot more on this news, but I'll wait for a push up. The short term. Took $68 there, not a lot. I didn't want to oversize too quickly. I'm waiting for a low reversal, a little bit. Trump on possible Mideast ceasefire, you'll know in 24 hours. That's not great news for the market. Crypto tanking. Market's about to turn red. Yes, tap the low of day. We make a new low. NQ's at support right now. Just being patient. China news is what sent down the market the first time. 1,000 points. Now it is already priced in, a lot of it, but may go down a couple hundred points. May not. It might be. I mean, the institution's probably already priced it in, so it's just retail. Little bounce. Looks like we may have a bounce. If you guys are in, be careful. I mean, this is pretty heavy news. Trump said he's not removing the 140% tariffs. It's probably just a negotiation move, but last time he talked about China and adding tariffs, it tanked the market 1,000 points. So far, it's only down 70. So it may pop up a little bit and then come just barreling down. You just gotta be careful. You gotta have your stops. You gotta know where it can go. It might break the low of day and go all the way to 744. That's where the other low is. It looks like it's finding some support. A potential pop up, but that's pretty big news. Waiting, being patient. I love volatility like that though. That's a quick $68 with only 2 micros. Could have went in with more, but spiking down again. Trump must be talking like crazy. Whoa, big spike up, big spike up. China should resemble. We had a good outcome with Houthis. Might be easy. U.S. position on Iran. Just the tariff news. The remarks ended with Trump, so might be people catching on. Oh, 2 p.m. FOMC. FOMC U.S. interest rate decision 4.5 expected to be 4.5, so it's neutral. People actually probably expected that to go down, so that's bad. That's not great. FOMC rate statement, waiting for that. Fed said economic activity has continued to expand at a solid pace despite swings in net exports affecting the data. Kind of neutral. Trump's not going to like that U.S. interest rate decision. The Fed said unemployment rate has stabilized at a low level. Labor market conditions remain solid. Inflation remains somewhat elevated. That's not great. If any crazy news comes out in the Fed rate statement. Fed, the committee will continue reducing holdings of treasuries and MBS at current pace. Oh, they made the decision not to lower rates. Well, that's not great. make it in short. Really thinking about it. This news could, I mean, it's negative news, but they could send it, they could rip it up and manipulate it and then send it down. It's hard to tell. Kind of in the chop zone right now. It's hard to tell. Traders continue to see Fed rate cut likely by July. A lot of people were expecting it this month. I know Trump was. He is gonna have a fit. Few 5 minutes looking heavy. People watching on Rumble, is the stream lagging or no? For me, every time I open it, it just pauses. It plays for a second and then pause. Maybe an issue with my multi-stream setup. Try and troubleshoot it after stream. Dipping down. Where's support? On load. Dipping down hard. No show went short. Hesitating too much today. And that's pretty big news. We have a little support at 50 more points. Support at 19. The NQ. Little support at this high at 19,684. Pretty good support in this chop zone at the 500s. The day candle. Still pretty overextended. Now the RSIs are kind of neutral, so it can go either way, but ES is tanking. Nasdaq's tanking. Can have potential long. I was about to take it, but taking a little too much today. A little too much hesitation. China's President Xi. I'm looking forward to talking ties and cooperation with Putin. That's not great. Have this trend line here. Went down 170 points so far on the snooze. Where'd I go? Buying one here. What would you do if you won a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's factory? Would you go if it was real? Where'd I go? Up $22 with one micro, $30. Wanted to get him with more size, but where did I go? I forget if the people die or not. Non-winner, that guy who won, but I'm like, the one dude got shrunk. Forget if it all worked out for them or if they died also. There's like 5 or 6 people that went in and only one made it out. Only in with one micro short. Where'd I go? Where'd I go? You go? I mean, would you go though? A little more of a bounce and I'll take it. Just doing. Guess it's tanking. I'm gonna get rid of it. Break even. Yes, looked like it was going to tank. Now it looks like it's going to pump. Man. Only one micro. It's not a big deal. Lost out on like 50 bucks. I would have locked it in at about 720. So. Today is just not it. Not it. Shake it off, shake it off. I'm literally selling that for no reason. I mean, I'm in with one micro. I mean, why am I selling that? That's the volatility we were waiting for, by the way. 2 p.m. We have 2:30 Jerome Powell. That'll be the next opportunity. Probably move the market more negative because it's a negative decision to not cut the rates. I'd go. Would be fun to explore all the rooms. That's true. That is true. One with the ducks or chickens. Was it rabbits? It was rabbits, ducks, or chickens. Squirrels. It was squirrels. Squirrels sorting the chocolate or the nuts, the cocoa. It was the cocoa, right? Yeah, I'm just not trading good today. I mean, I made a little back on this count, but man, I would be in this still all day. I just sold for no reason. After that account blow up, I would usually just walk away for the day, take a breath, come back a couple hours later, and do a review on the video introspection, just review what went wrong and then make adaptations for tomorrow. But I wanted to continue streaming, so I loaded up another account, which not fully gone, but it's like 80% of my brain, and the 20 is still stuck on that loss. Wasn't that severe, but it's creating a little doubt, little hesitation in my mind, and that's why these mistakes are happening. Thankfully, I'm not being full tilt mode and just sending it. I'm limiting the losses. I did profit on this drop down, but I shouldn't be selling when it's literally 170 points downside. I buy at the bottom. I mean, with one micro only, so there's no risk. I could have averaged in all the way for another 100 points and been fine. ES is turning over, looking like it wants to come down. The 1 day candle chart on the NQ, it rejected this 200 day SMA, rejected the 61.8 fib on the key fib on the Trump news, the high of the Trump news to the bottom. That's a key level fib. It rejected it, tested it, and rejected it. It may come all the way down to this 50% fib. It likes to do that. It may sweep it and go all the way to this 38. It all depends on the news. Crypto's down, market's down almost 1% on the day with the NQ, about 0.5% with the ES. Nvidia's down about 1%. Tesla's down 1.3. Google's down 9% off the news with Apple. Market's a little red. Little red. That's why I got the squirrels and the ducks confused. The geese. $777. Let's say you don't have knowledge of the movie before going to the factory, like you know of the factory, but not the traps. Obviously you go. Obviously. I mean, who wouldn't go? I mean, that place has so much status in that movie too. Like everyone wants to go there. I mean, no one would say no. Saw that the crowd at the gate. No one got to ever visit the factory before. It's the first ever time. I mean, you would obviously go. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Would I try anything from the movie? Would I try anything from the movie? Are you a Mr. Beast recruit? What is this? Is he making a, he already did the Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory video. He doing a reboot or something? Would I try anything? Go down the river, but Mr. Beast already did that. The floating elevator would be interesting because I'm scared of heights. So I'm thinking of like content swirling in my mind right now. That would be the most viral content. I'm terrified of heights, so if there was like an elevator on a crane that simulated an invisible, like with green string, green rope, so you could edit it out and It's on a crane going up and down about 1,000 feet. I don't know what the challenge would be though. Oh, I recently rewatched the movie. Not a bad movie to rewatch. I haven't had time past week to watch any movies, but I mean, there was months I just rewatched movies. I recently rewatched the Lorax when I was a child, just to rewatch it. There's some weird interconnected thoughts between people, I swear, because I was thinking about rewatching Twilight because I rewatched it as a kid when I was like 13, or watched it with my family. I was about to rewatch it, and then I see it playing on my family's TV. So it's just weird, like, I don't know how to describe it, like connected thoughts between people. I don't know. So many, like, things like that happen so much. It's weird. Yeah, he definitely could have did better. I like the Squid Game video. He had that level of production for the Willy Wonka, it would have been better. I'm actually not that big of a sugar guy. I stopped eating sugar. Virtually all I eat is honey and fruit. For sweets anyway. Now I do cheat every now and then with a donut. Cheated with ice cream a couple weeks ago. I'm pretty much all sugar. Just protein, meat. Just protein. Fruit and honey. Bananas, blueberries, cantaloupe. I'm thinking about a short. The NQ is about to test the 21 EMA. Pretty overextended though. The downside, so it's a little risky. Not knowing what it did, I probably would. But it broke that dude out and he just kept getting bigger, right? He had an allergic reaction, or I guess the intended reaction for what Willy Wonka wanted to do. Didn't he steal it? He stole the gum, right? That's why it happened. He told him not to touch it and he touched it anyway because he was greedy and spoiled. Yeah, exactly. All right, let me check the news. Jerome Powell speaking in 8 minutes at 2:30. The U.S. pushes nations facing tariffs to approve Musk Starlink. Came from the Washington Post though, so I don't know. Yeah, of course I would. I said I would. If you don't know anything, you're obviously gonna do it. You'd go to the factory, you eat all the stuff, and you don't know the intended consequences, so you'd obviously go. Thank you. About to tap the 21 EMA. May take a short around these bottoms. Bottoms right here. Could act as some resistance. Day SMA is at 839. DWAP is at 900. Roll the fib. Probably start a short. Depends how quick it goes. If it just depends. Negative news, negative market right now. Trends down because of that news. Like a short around these lows, which coincide with the 50%. Probably going all the way, could go all the way to this 200 SMA before it pull back. It wicked up with 2 candles. I love it. Would be a funny stream going to the factory and becoming a blueberry. That's content right there. Yes, it is. Mr. B should have did that invisible elevator with the crane. I don't know what the punchline would have been, what the challenge would have been, but you have to solve something while the crane's swinging you or something. EQ looks like it wants to go higher. At these lows. EQ's testing these lows. That's the first level of resistance. The second level is around the 820s. And we got the gap fill coinciding with the lower resistance. The main resistance is at 950. And then I doubt it's going all the way to this key level fib today. Doubt it. What, in the elevator? Every time someone donates, you chew another stick of gum, becoming a bigger blueberry. I mean, in the elevator though? What would be the challenge in the elevator? Like, you have to solve this crazy problem, or slowly filling with water. Can't really do that. It's kind of a safety concern while it's swinging with the crane. Really sure what the challenge would be. Yeah, yeah. Not in the elevator, just in the room with the gum machine. Wouldn't be bad. I thought about doing his counting challenge as I'm trading, and it's just all numbers. Do a subathon of sorts, just counting 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a counter on screen tracking every time I say it. I already have the website made it with AI in like 30 minutes, and it tracks every time you say it in the mic. Thank you. Testing that 21 EMA, getting stuck. I'm sure they would. I mean, it would have to, I mean, especially if Mr. Beast did it or Kai. I mean, he'd be chewing gum all day. For days. Thank you, getting rejected off the 21 EMA. If it makes a higher low. Like that. Start short. A little late. Late. Moves. Bad pals talking. Said something good. I mean, you could have a suit that every time you chew gum or get a donation, it just keeps expanding. Simulate it, but Fed Pal says the risk of higher unemployment and higher inflation has risen. Current stance on policy leaves us well positioned to respond in a timely way. Running somewhat above 2% goal, inflation has come down a great deal. The economy is in a solid position. Labor market broadly in balance. This is the last news for the day. It's gonna matter. Q almost tabbed the 200 SMA and pushed back, rejected it. They have a couple legs. Yeah, exactly. Would wear a suit just like that expanded every time you ate blueberry gum. I mean, that's really the only way to do it. Liking is short. Start short. And with one micro, like, you know. Yes, about to tap VWAP. And Q has resistance at 1962. I'm gonna add one more. And with 2 micros above the 200 SMA on both the ES and the NASDAQ. VWAP for NASDAQ is at 895. Wait to have more. Unless it pops. Pretty nice. I'm gonna take one. Waiting. Taking one. Adding break even, stop. Break even, stop. Waiting for more of a pull. And I get it. Get stopped. I'm gonna take it. It looks pretty strong. ES is coming up. Would have been stopped out. $37, not anything special. Looks like waiting was the move though, but that is Jerome Powell news. He said something. Fed may find its dual mandate goals intention. Avoiding persistent inflation will depend on the size and timing of tariffs and inflation expectation. If large increases in tariffs are announced or sustained, we will see higher inflation and lower employment. Tariffs so far are significantly bigger than expected. That's not great. Near-term inflation expectations have moved up. He's pretty bearish right now. Market's moving up. It just killed. So far it's risen about 200 points. Want to go short again, but I really would like it to test this VWAP. Came down, retested this 50% and the 21 EMA. Bounced up. I think it has a little more, maybe V-shaped recovery to this high. Looking a little weak though. A little weak. Pushing up. Yeah, true. Testing that 200-day SMA. You get a pullback. So we're pulling back at least to the 21 EMA. One pull back to NQ. Testing the 21 EMA. Fully rejected. Looks weak on the NQ 5-minute. may take it long here. News is bad today. Jerome Powell's creating uncertainty and fear in the market. We have Trump, who said 145 tariffs to China are not going away. Fed Powell says it's not a situation where we can cut preemptively. Having to balance goals would mean difficult judgment. Late on the long, should have taken the long. Powell says we would see a delay on getting the 2 goals for the next year. Going to be done speaking. He is still talking. Risk of higher unemployment and higher inflation has risen, but not yet in data. No, I am trading. It's important to keep up with the news, so you know you have a clear vision on which way the markets are going. Where are you working? Or better yet, what are you doing at work? Are you pushing papers? Are you in construction? Trading stocks? Eight minutes away from power hour. You guys are still watching, which it's been a rough stream, little distracted, little stream issues, blown account, little uncertainty, little fear, losing trades, not as green as yesterday. Made $700 on Friday, $263 on Monday, $225 on Tuesday, and now blue an account and red 136 on this account. So it's not all green, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, but it's real. If you guys are still watching, like the stream, follow, subscribe, comment, push me in the algorithm, because I make clickbait titles, but I show real, I show raw, I don't edit any of this out. So I'll be posting a recap, full breakdown of what went wrong. I already went over the gist, but oversized, didn't position well enough, spaced it out, averaged incorrectly. If I did, it would have been a very extremely profitable day. We're talking about probably $2,000 on that account, maybe more. So I'll be posting that on YouTube, Rumble. I'll also be posting a short. It's a good short. I'm already thinking about the music and graying it out. Maybe have raindrops over my face. Just create it so dramatic. Powell said, we're watching extremely carefully. We don't see much evidence in actual data of a slowdown in the economy. He says like 5 negative things and then one okay thing. I work at food bank as cashier. Who are literally doing Lord's work. I mean, that is amazing. Wow. Good for you, man. Very honorable. I got that right? You're donating your time, or I mean, you said work as a cashier, so I'm assuming you're being paid. Is it just discount food? I thought a food bank was where homeless people and like the less fortunate families went. Getting that right? It's not a store called food bank. Threw me off saying cashier instead of like volunteer. I guess it is a charity though, so they probably would pay employees. Not too familiar with that. NQ's bouncing, it's above the 21 EMA. Wood being long, hesitating a little too much today. A little too much hesitation. Testing the 200 SMA. NQ's coming and closing in on the 200 SMA test. ES is testing the 100 MA into the 200 SMA. We have the VWAP at 19,890. Market's turning around. Everything was red. Only thing truly red on the day is Google off of that Apple news with their revenue sharing. ES is testing VWAP. It spike up, probably had some news. Maybe a Trump tweet going off on Powell. Powell said nothing new. They going short. No new news. Everything had VWAP. I'm gonna go in two short, two micro contracts. I like that spike up. And that is a 200 point candle right there. That is a 200 point candle right there. And with two micro short, it's at VWAP. Looking really bullish. It might do a V-shaped recovery. Go all the way to these highs, maybe break the highs. I'm gonna be a little careful, averaging maybe every 30 points. Pretty careful. Gilbertson says, yes, I am co-worker. Their customers shop there and volunteers too. Literally doing the Lord's work. Up $50 so far. 60. Taking one at 70. Moving one to break even. Should be more of a pullback. All right, stopped out. I'm fine with that. $42. Slowly getting the loss back. Slowly getting the loss. There's really no need to go break even, but I really would like a short. Seems strong. I mean, 200 point up in 2 minutes. That small little retracement and then straight back up. ES is climbing. NQ is about to overtake the VWAP. ES is already over all that. It's looking strong, looking like a V-shaped recovery to this top. So I'd rather start a short truly up here. Like that was definitely the wrong thought process though. Just pulled back 40 points. They have one more leg up though. Draw a new trend line. I think it has to V shape. I mean, it doesn't have to. It's unpredictable, but makes sense. Closer. These trend lines. Nothing now. This one's relevant. If it breaks through this trend line, it's pretty bullish. Move it up. Sorry to move up 200 points. Probably gonna pull back. Not holding trades for long enough today. A couple mistakes, but fine. I'm not full tilting. Getting the reps on. Like it's gonna pull back at least on the 2 minute. ES is testing and dropping below the VWAP. About to test the 200-day SMA. Now back above. It's just chopping around the VWAP. FedPal says depending on the way things play out, we could have rate cuts or holding where we are. We will have to see. You can't make a projection on March rate cuts. Instead, wait until June. That's not great. Yes, testing the 200-day SMA. Just so you guys know, the mistake here, should not have moved it break even until this candle. I usually don't do that, but I usually don't like doing break even until it hits where I want it, like this high, or till the next candle. The next candle is a little more like reliable. You will be streaming this event too? What are you talking about? What do you mean? I'll be streaming this event. Are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Guys, haven't already, like the video, follow, subscribe. We're climbing back from this loss on this account. Down one account so far today, but there's still time. Still have an hour in power hour, so 350 algorithm kicks in, take a trade or two, and we're green on the day. Longer stream. Thankfully, the volatility has kicked back up. Wasn't like the previous 2 days. There was more news. FOMC, Jerome Powell, Scott Bessent testifying and talking in 2 meetings. Trump swearing in. I think we still have the White House press briefing. So I think that got pushed back from 1. Gilbert, what do you mean I'll be streaming this event too? When you have time, obviously. I know you're working. Q pulling back to the 200-day SMA. Well, I found out the problem with the YouTube streams and the Twitch. Thankfully, I'll be able to fix that after. The multi-stream software I'm using is creating 2 instances, so it's streaming twice to the platforms. That's what's wrong. Interesting. Makes sense. Liking the bullish bias right now, especially if it gets above this VWAP. We're probably going to be pushing to this high. That is not the high of day though. This is the high of day right here at basically 20,000, 19,976. So a long ways from that. Chopping around. Looking for the power in power hour. Powell still speaking. I'm gonna put 2 in for a long. I'm liking it. May not work. If it doesn't bounce at this 200 SMA or EMA, I'll get out for a low loss. It might just tank and fully drop. ES is pumping. I like it. Nvidia's green. Google's a little back. Markets just turned green. NQ0 kind of neutral in the day. I'll sell 1 at this VWAP. It'll come. It won't. Missed that sell. That's not good. That's why I usually don't like doing that. I usually like taking it, but stay patient, we'll wait. The NQ 5-minute doesn't look that bearish yet. It could be a rejection off the VWAP or just a slight tap to then overtake it. Just waiting. Good candle start. Get this VWAP retest. Yes, it's coming down a little bit, still above the VWAP. NQ trapped to below the VWAP. Looks like it wants to come higher, so okay with that. Kind of want to put a stop on this trade. Yes, it's coming down. In with 2 micros long right now, down $60. NQ's coming down, retesting the 200 SMA. Where the SMA for the NQ is. Adding 2 there. 4 so far. I had 2 more at the 21 EMA test. Added 3. And with 8 micros so far, looking for a bounce. If it doesn't bounce, I will be cutting this. Yes, it's below the 200 SMA. Looking for a bounce. More. Not get it. Got my hand on the hotkey to cut it, and I'm cutting it. $160, $200 loss. That's fine. Not worried about it. We're about where we were a couple hours ago. It's fine. Could have held. It's bouncing now, of course, but just gonna cut it. Not seeing that clear today. Move is definitely to hold and keep averaging in, but fully recovering now. Yes, it's back above the 200 SMA. Man, that account blown. Messed up my mojo. I was literally just no fear, just snipe. It would have worked too. This is why fear and not being that aggressive, like should have been more aggressive on the averaging in. That's the perfect spacing. That's 10 to 15 points. Red days. Guess you need them to get green days though. cut it here because I figured it would at least drop to this 50%. And I did not want to hold it another 30 points, even though I could have averaged, but then just doing a V shape and then dropping, V shape, dropping. Thank you. 5 minute looks weak. I can't get a read on the market today. I don't know. I mean, I'm literally calling out what it's gonna do like this morning, but the chopping just is messing with me. Hasn't like for weeks. Something about today. I'm just gonna risk down a lot. I mean, I already have. Went down 280 on this account after the blow up. Risk down and just be more cautious. I'm having stops. I'm cutting it loose early, which hurts if it doesn't have a bounce quick enough. As you can see, being green about 200 to 300. I mean, I'm not fully misaligned with the market. I mean, I'm timing this fairly well. Top of the market sold, almost top sold, started buying in here for the push up, which is good. Would have been out one, too slow. Doing a little trade recap and just talking you guys through my mindset. Should have been out here one. I see. They're doing a lot of manipulation today. Fill it up, go down. Okay. For some reason I wasn't adapting to the manipulation today. Compound that with the mistakes earlier. Really haven't made that many mistakes on this account, besides not holding trades long enough and not following through and just being uncertain and cutting it too quick. But they manipulated it up to get all the longs in, and then send it short to get them out, and then manipulate it up to get all these shorts out, and then did it up, down. Now they'll probably send it up again, maybe after tapping the 50%. I also took a long at the resistance level. Okay. Took a long here, started that long at this bottom, that's a resistance level, and I didn't wait for the VWAP break. I didn't wait for the second candle to get in. Okay. A little clearer. So 40 minutes left in power hour. Might be able to get it back. Maybe be able to get it back. Look at that. Look at this manipulation. Sending it down and then sending straight up to get all the shorts. Wow. NQ 5-minute right now. It might wake and look bad in a minute, but looks like it's going to push up. They're just chopping it around. Be careful. Be careful. They should come down to this 50%. They don't always do, but hit VWAP, come down to 50, then bounce. Could break all this, break the 200 SMA, break the 50, and just send it down. We have bad China news. Trump's not taking off the 145% tariffs on China. Jerome Powell's fear mongering the market. Negative news. It should be all priced into the market though. Most of it for the institutional side. So it's only dumb money that should be moving and swinging this market. 350 algorithms coming up in 30 minutes. Yeah, it's about to retest the 200 SMA and 21 EMA. They're at the same level basically. Check for news. Believe Jerome Powell's done speaking. Yeah, he is done speaking, so be no more of that. And for another opportunity, really I could be averaging in with the long here, but because it's consolidating above the SMAs and 21 EMA, just below the VWAP. Looking heavy though. ES is consolidating around the 200 SMA and VWAP after this big pump up, and with the NQ, everything kind of flat, slightly green, kind of flat today, even though we swung about 300 points in each direction. Filled the gap this morning. Google is down 8% off that news for Apple revenue sharing. Going slightly down. Currently down 300, just not executing trades properly. Just not trading that bad with this account. After the blown account, a little more hesitant, a little more uncertain. And just not following through, not holding trades long enough, not being aggressive enough, getting in on manipulation and not true breaks. NQ wicking through the 21 EMA and 200 SMA again. Let's see if it drops to that 50% level. red day, but most people don't show you guys this. They just show you the chart. They don't walk you through the trade. They don't take you through the trade. You don't see the trade. You don't see the profit. It's a red day. So follow, like the stream, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Real and authenticity. Even it's wicking down to the 50%, even though I clickbait the title, still real when it comes after you click to the stream. Which I don't love the fact that I have to clickbait the title, but it is. Keep dropping to the 50%, breaking through the trend line. May just be awake and come straight back into the trend line. It was the right call. I mean, hindsight, it wasn't the right call. Should have just kept along, but I was expecting it to just drop like this after this 200 points. Just straight up. I didn't expect them to manipulate it so hard. I have an opportunity for a long. I'm in love with the growth of this trend line that usually sends a lower. In love, not in love. Should be no more news today unless Trump tweets. Or I don't know when the White House press briefing is now. Dropped around 100 points so far. If it pops up here, it created a lower low, a higher low. Not that bad. It did break this trend line in May, bounce, create a lower high, bouncing off the trend line, and then come down. Yeah, see what it wants to do. It's like it's bouncing, trying to at least. Not in love with the volatility. Has come back a little bit. That's nice. That's from Jerome Powell and Trump. It's all done now though, so it's probably going to drop. Maybe it'll stay till on the market. Maybe it's kind of slowing down right now. ATR is at 45, which is great. The VIX is 1% down, which is, I don't like that. Market's down. NQ 0.5% on the day. ES basically flat. Nvidia flat. Tesla down 1%. Google down 8%. Apple down 2%. Seems like NQ is about to pop. Trying. If that's true support and it just created a higher low or not. Earlier, ended up losing 4,800 on one trade because I made a couple mistakes. I averaged in and misproperly managed the trade. Instead of starting with 1 micro, I started with 2. Didn't know it was at 2. Added in too close together. Averaging in too quick with 2 micros, with too much size, too fast, too much risk. And ended up with 60 micro position, which isn't that much, but heavy volatility. Each way it swings is a couple $100 each point, and it wicked me out and I ended up blowing the account. Started averaging in with 2 micro buys at 19,928. Ended buying at 19,850 and got blown at 19,833 for a $4,846 loss. Lessons are and mistakes were starting with too much size, not managing the average in distance. I usually like to buy every 10 to 20 points. Since I didn't do that and I bought rapidly, like this close together, They're too close. This is all right spacing. Still only 8 points, 6 points. I usually like to buy a distance apart of around 10 to 20. And if I did that, I would have been just fine. I would have got out on this wick up. But I didn't, so I have a blown account. Sucks, lessons learned. Didn't know I was only 2 micros when I was buying. Ended up to remedy that. Ended up buying with 310 batches here, and it didn't wick up and didn't get me out. Went for kind of a Hail Mary. Instead, I should have just held. Got in on this bounce. Been a rough ride, but Q about to come test the 21 EMA. May have an opportunity soon. See what that 350 algorithm wants to do. May do nothing, it may do something. Stick around and find out. We have a pump up, 21 EMA test. Going down about 1% today. About to test the 200 SMA again. If there's any Trump tweets. Nothing. No news. Probably stay out of a trade for a little bit unless it gets overextended quickly. In that case, I'll take it, but probably stay out of trade until 350, see what the 350 algorithm wants to do. Keep rejecting off the 200-day SMA. Market may be done for today. It was a lot of swings, a lot of volatility, a lot of news from Trump and Jerome Powell, Scott Bessent. A lot of news, it might be done. Don't know if the 350 algorithm is going to do anything today. We will see though. You about to test the 200 SMA again at the 21 EMA now. Waiting for a setup. Spiking to the 200 SMA. It's stuck below the 200 SMA. 5 minute looks like it wants to pump. Yes, looks like it wants to go. Volatility and volume slightly dying. Kind of have a head and shoulders pattern forming. Shoulder, head, shoulder. That's the case, it usually comes down. That's what that pattern leads to. That is news. That little spike right there. What do we got? Ooh. In short with one. What's happened? In short with one more. Two more. Two more. Waiting for a pullback. Four more. Being patient, being patient. For a pull. And with 9 micros short. A little more. You have to cut it. Giving it some room. Come out. In the highs, may have to cut this. Oh boy, I'm out. I just saw the news. I'm out. Something with Nvidia. I am out fully. If I went in anymore, that would have been that account gone. Trump to rescind global chip curbs amid AI. That is going to, oof. Yeah, 200 points is nothing for that, so. May have been fine, but it's not worth being in that. At least on the wrong side. My average would have been here. Out here. That would have probably been another blown account. Yeah. Oh, thank you. What was that? 200 point gain in 2 candles. Looking like I would have been fine. It's all hindsight. I mean, that news is just so good. Here is the news. Nvidia has objected to rule and press US for its reversal. Officials ready repeal of AI division rule launched by Biden. Trump to rescind global chip curbs amid AI restrictions debate. That news is really good. as you can see. So I'm not expecting a pullback for, I mean, it's probably going to day highs, to be honest. And it didn't even go to my average yet. It pulled back slightly, but I definitely made the right decision by getting out. Could have waited before joining, but that was pretty nice. I would have did the same thing over again. I mean, I literally went 100 points up in span of 15 seconds. So I'll short that all day, every day, no matter what. Went a little too heavy here. Also, I mean, it is spaced out good. Spaced out 20, 30 points. Went a little too heavy here. Could have saved it a little bit. If I would have full ported the account, I think I would have been fine. Yeah, I would have been out right now. But that news could send us to day highs. It is so strong right now, it doesn't even want to drop. After a 200 point move, it's only dropped. 200 point move in 2 minutes. It doesn't want to drop 50 points. Technically, this is a higher low. Could have got in here and you would have been sitting really nice. Found that strategy doesn't work that great. Like sitting 5, buying 5 micros on the break of this candle, buying 5 here, setting the stop here. Like you've been stopped out here. I mean, it would have been a little lower. It would have worked on this one, but you're always getting wicked down. Would have been fine. Could just risk the account. Hindsight. Fine. If I was still in it, it would have wicked another 50 points and blown it. I was only in with 9 micros. Wow. That Nvidia news is crazy. Nvidia up 2% already. I mean, no matter what, it was the right call to get out. I mean, you can say hindsight, but Nvidia is literally like the #1 indicator on if the market moves. And yeah, it's coming down to VWAP. I don't want to buy. Who's Looks good. Nvidia is the strongest stock. At least currently, the biggest riser. S&P star. It's basically like the MVP player right now. To give an analogy. Oh man. Well, I'm about to start just risking accounts. That's twice. Kind of the tilt in me though. I'm gonna have to replay the footage. There might have been a split second where I could have got out green. At least a little bit. Only in 9 micros. Patterson a little too quick, I guess. That's been a common theme today. May start waiting for news to actually validate the news before starting the trade. At that point though, the move's already over. You're retaking the VWAP. Nvidia just single-handedly made it a green day. Market's up, ES 0.3, NQ was down 20, now it's up 20, not percent, 0.20, 0.2%. Trump rescinding that global chip curbs. I mean, oof. He's definitely for AI, and that is bullish, bullish, bullish for Nvidia. After it's had a brutal couple months, that's going to single-handedly bring. That might push the stock market to all-time highs in a couple months, maybe even a couple weeks. That'll at least equalize the tariff damage. I mean, Nvidia is that impactful. I know I lost on that trade, but I mean, it's fine. I still have, how much do I have? 2,700 in drawdown. So it's plenty to trade with, plenty to win back. Today was a little, I didn't see clearly. I knew exactly what it was going to do at the start. It was going to do an opposite U shape, close that gap on the ES, just didn't execute it properly, was on the wrong side. I need to start trading with trend again. Every time I get away from trend trading, like trading with the trend, it is so bullish right now. Wonder what the 350 we're in the 350 algorithm. 6 minutes away from market close. I'm just gonna not trade the rest of the day. Save this account for tomorrow. Worst case, buy another one tomorrow. It is moving. Thank you, bounce. Tapped right off that the 200-day SMA. Now moving up. A higher low. Let's see if it makes a higher high. This news is very bullish. Ended up on the opposite side of the Nvidia news today. Only was in with 9 micros total against Nvidia news. Decided to call it and cut it loose early. Would have ended up being fine, but that's hindsight. Ended up losing 1600 on the trade. News was just so bullish. Trump to rescind global trade curbs amid AI restrictions debate. I mean, that is just so bullish. That could single-handedly balance the market from the tariff news. So bullish. I could have risked the account and blown it for the full $4,500 loss, but ended up cutting it loose at 1600. Used this account for another day. Expected it to go to all-time highs for the day. It ended up pulling back, which would have saved the account some money, some profit. Probably done for today. 2 minutes before close. Above the EMA, above the VWAP. It's probably going to finish around here. And we're probably going to be dealing with a 200 to 500 point gap up tomorrow, if I had to guess. I don't like doing because it's unpredictable, but U.S. Commerce spokesperson, Trump administration rescinding Biden era AI diffusion rule. Send it a little higher. Very red day today, but it could have been the opposite very easily. Very easily. I'll review, introspect, adapt, and come back tomorrow and win it back. Down 48, 56, 6,600. All right, market's pretty much done. Down 6,600 today. Here's how. Trading dumb. Averaging in a little too aggressively with too much size too quickly. Cutting trades loose before they play out. Not willing to risk the account. Fear and uncertainty. I will be back tomorrow. Hopefully not make the same dumb mistakes. And if I do, then I guess I learn a little more next time. I will be back tomorrow at 8:30 to 9:30 before market open. The video recap of today will be up in around 4 hours, 2 to 4 hours. The short will be up around 4 to 8 hours. If you guys enjoyed, if you guys are still watching, hopefully you banked, hopefully you were green, did not make the same mistakes I did. If you're red, hopefully you learn a lot, hopefully you introspect, hopefully you review and come back tomorrow and win it back, or at least trade your strategy, execute without emotion, uncertainty, and fear. Like the video, subscribe, follow the channel. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.